In this course, you're going to learn how to do long-term planning. And this means planning beyond the year-to-year level. This means 5-year planning, 10-year planning, 25-year planning, 50-year planning, and 100-year planning. So, what do you get in this course? Number one, you're going to create an actual year-to-year plan that's going to cover the next 100 years from whatever year it is right now. So that'll include the rest of your life and can also include a portion of the lives that come after you, your family, etc. We're going to look at things like the natural milestones through life and when they happen. We're going to look at developmental stages and different models for how people develop and change over time in the 4 key areas of their life: their career / professionally, personally, their personal life, their lifestyle, their relationships, family, and their health. So you're going to get a picture of what your life is going to look like in each of these 4 areas. I'm going to give you a lot of guidelines, a lot of models, and then I'm going to show you how to map that out for your own life based on your best ability to predict how that's going to go. And there's 2 different basic ways of looking at planning. There's looking at you, and there's looking at the world. So how do we predict your life path, your life trajectory? And then how do we predict the future state of the world? So you're going to learn how to do both of those, and you're also going to get access to 3 critical documents, templates that you're going to learn how to use. Number 1 is going to be a document that takes you through each year of your life and splits it out into the 4 key areas. The next is a sheet that helps you predict your life milestones. Those are the big numbers, those are the big events in your life. And the third is a series of templates you're going to be able to print out and use that help you plan out at the 5, 10, 25, 50, and 100 year levels. And the way these work is just like the previous mastering planning course, where you do a review, then you do a plan, and you do the 4 areas of your life. So your career, your personal life, your relationships, and your health. You review the past 5 years, you plan the next 5 years. You review the last 10 years, you plan the next 10 years. So that's what you're going to get in this course. There's some very powerful models here. And this is a course that I actually crowdfunded. So this is something that there was interest in ahead of time. I created this course because there were questions on the previous course on, well, what do you do beyond planning year to year? And how do you know how to think about year to year planning? So the interesting thing I found developing this course is there's really very little, if anything, out there on how to do this type of long-term planning. The only people or organizations that generally do this type of long-term planning are governments and very large multinational corporations like energy companies, oil drilling companies, mining natural resources, stuff like that. So it's very interesting stuff, but there really isn't much out there. One other interesting aspect we're going to cover that integrates with my skill investing course and in Endgame is you're going to also learn what are the standard amounts of time you spend on different activities each day. And we're going to be using something compiled by the U.S. government, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, that shows how Americans spend their time, both on weekdays, on weekends, and I'll be giving you links where you can dig further into that data. But you'll see what kind of time is it, what kind of free time you actually have available on a week-to-week, month-to-month, year-to-year basis. We'll look at different stages of your life, different deciles, like from when you're 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, etc. So you can see what kind of time you have. And this is going to allow you to start to look decades into the future. And even though the world is changing faster than it's ever changed before, if you don't have a plan, you're going to end up fitting into somebody else's plan for you. You're going to end up using whatever cultural stuff has been imprinted into your unconscious mind just over the previous decades, and you're going to be planning probably on an old-fashioned model, a model that was devised for 50, 100, 200 years ago and isn't really relevant today. And we're seeing that in so many areas of life where technology in the world is changing very quickly and our models don't keep up with that. So this is a way, even if it isn't going to be perfect, it's something that you can update, and it's something you can use as a benchmark and a reference point to start to get a sense of, am I on track? Am I getting off track? Is there an obvious problem here? So if you don't do this, then you're really, you're living with a blindfold on, because you're not taking into account those bigger pictures, those bigger frames. So this is a very powerful course. I've looked and looked for something like this because I don't feel like I'm the most qualified person to create something like this, but unfortunately, there just isn't anything like this out there. And so I've had to put it together on my own, and from coaching clients who I've done these processes with that have given me, asked me a lot of questions and given me advice on things they thought I should include in the course. This is the ultimate compilation of all that. There's also going to be a little tool that you're going to, not something I created, but something that is interesting, that will show you what your face will age your face. So you can you take a picture of yourself on your phone. It's just an app, and it'll age your face to 10, 20, 30, 40 years in the future. So you can actually see what you'll look like as you get older, which is an interesting way of making all this stuff seem more real. So that's what you get in this course. It's a very powerful course, very powerful ideas. And if this is something that seems interesting to you, I look forward to seeing you on the other side.